Alright, so welcome to the Rose Hall Great House. Allowed to ask questions as we go along, but we are not allowed over the ropes nor to sit on any one of the chairs. Comprehend? What you're seeing here today is a mansion once dominated by a vast sugarcane plantation. This was first started in 1750. You want to sit over there, my lady? Just sit on the window seat here. Sorry about that. This house was first started a wealthy English planter who named it after his wife Rose, hence the name Rose Hall. George Ush died 2 years later. Rose remarried 3 other times. It was her last husband, the Honorable John Palmer, who had completed this house between 1770 to 1780. John and Rose Palmer both died, having no children. This house was willed to their grandnephew, John Rose Palmer, who later met and married Annie Mae Patterson in 1820. She became the second mistress of this house and the White Witch. The slaves gave her the name the White Witch because she was very mean to them. White or witch? Bruja Blanca. Bruja Blanca. Alright. Annie Mae Patterson was born in England 1802 to an English mother and an Irish father. Her parents were merchants. They were interested in trading. When she was 10 years old, they moved to Haiti. But shortly upon their arrival in Haiti, her parents contracted the yellow fever virus and died. Annie was adopted by her nanny. Her nanny was a voodoo priestess who taught her everything she needs to know about witchcraft. When she was 18 years old, her nanny died. She then came to Jamaica to search for a wealthy husband. Later met and married John Rose Palmer. The trouble began when Annie Palmer met her new bookkeeper, Robert Rutherford. She was in love with him, but Robert was in love with Millicent, his housekeeper. Annie found out they had a relationship going on, so she cast a voodoo spell on Millicent. Millicent withered and died within a week. Taku, the freed slave lover of Annie, in revenge for his one and only granddaughter Millie, came from downstairs through the secret passage, went up into Annie Palmer's bedroom and strangled her to death. Ashmond, the general overseer, who was another lover of Annie, went after Taku and shot him into the bushes. So bad then it was like a love triangle, or the soap opera. Annie killed Millicent, Taku killed Annie, Ashmond killed Taku. Annie Palmer lived in this house 11 years. Within 9 years, she murdered 3 husbands along with countless slave lovers. She died at age 29. She was only 4 feet 11 inches tall. So she was very short but mightiful. After Annie died, this house was owned by the British government, then sold to 3 separate families: the Barretts, the Jarretts, the Hendersons. The Hendersons family had a maid preparing for them to move in. She fell from Annie's balcony, which is upstairs, broke her neck and died. They believed this house was haunted. They were convinced it was Annie's ghost that pushed her over the balcony. So they stripped this house of all its woodwork and furnishings, took it to another house in Kingston called the Braemar House. Today, this house is privately owned by Michelle and the late John Rollins from Wilmington in Delaware. They bought this house 1965. Restoration started 1966 until 1971. They spent $2.5 million on the restoration. They didn't disclose the buying price. This is the ballroom where the Palmers would dance and socialize with wealthy friends. The grandfather clock, Johnny Cash and the present owner, they were close friends. He had 10 minutes drive from here by Cinnamon Hill. It's also a great house as well, and we do tours here. Any question?
You answered mine about Johnny Cash.
Pardon me?
You answered my question about Johnny Cash, so I was wondering where he lived on.
Yes, he was a 40 years resident here in
Yes.
Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
So what part did you didn't understand?
I already explained that.
You explain? All
Thank
right.
you.
No problem. All right, let's go. This is the library, the most frequently occupied place in the house where all business discussions were held. The portrait on the wall is of Rose, the first and good mistress of this house. She is considered to be good because she had 4 husbands who died of natural causes, unlike Annie, who murdered all of hers. We don't have any picture of Annie Palmer. The night she died, the slaves burned all of her belongings. So maybe they had a celebration party that night. This piece here is a chair. When it unfolds, it becomes a stool. It was used for getting books and records off high shelves. The average height was 5 feet 2 inches tall for both male and female. Any question? Right. We're going to the main dining room. Inlaid Sheraton table. This is a knife box. In these tiny slots, this is where